Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to Homestuck. A lot of crazy honking stuff happened when we last left off on this crazy adventure. We thought everything was gonna be smooth sailing, but then, you know, some of the trolls kind of went bonkers and started murdering their fellow friends. And now it's just terrible. But some of our trolls are still sort of safe / still hiding, and some are just unknown. We don't know how they're doing. As well as our kids, actually. We don't know what Rose is doing either. So it's very chaotic right now. But we just kind of have to trudge on, see how things go. I mean, at least our Aradia's alive again, technically. It's very complicated. But in any case, John, prepare to leave castle. And hopefully find our parents, right? Okay then, I guess I will get going. Go where? To keep looking for my dad. Are you sure you don't have more important things to worry about? Are you saying that I am still not supposed to find him yet? John, please. I thought you were done getting the future spoon-fed to you like this. I have told you that you will find your dad eventually. That should be good enough. Don't you think it's time to start taking your responsibility more seriously? Well, yeah, but what responsibility do you mean? We just concluded that I am going to go fight Jack, and there is a possibility I will fail. He could kill me easily for all I know, but it's something I'll have to try. And if I do fail, your plan will serve as backup. There's a lot riding on you, John. On both of us. Okay, so you're saying I should go get the tumor now instead of putting it off? I'm not telling you to do anything, just reminding you of what's at stake. Wait, I mean the tumor. Why don't we just call it what it is? A big fucking bomb in the core of your battlefield. AKA the tumor. Yeah, which is what I was wondering about. How am I supposed to get it out? I guess go find a cave or something? Yeah, you could probably go looking for a sanctioned entry point. Or you could just do what winners in a hurry do. What? Cheat! Is that even possible? It's practically always possible. I won't tell you how, but I will point out you could start making better use of your powers than facilitating noisy joyrides. Is that what Earth is like, by the way? A bunch of humans flying around in little wheel pods constantly beeping at each other with their chauffeur familiars? That's like half right. Heh, no. Well, maybe some places, but most cars stay on the ground, because science fiction hasn't happened yet. Anyway, I'm just saying it's time to do something useful and impressive with your powers. Deliberately, for a change. You are a god now, remember? Yes, but all I can do is make a lot of wind blow around. How is that gonna help? Use your imagination! That windy thing of yours is more versatile than you think. Alright, I will try. Let's try, John. Whatever the heck that means. Good. I think it's time for me to get going too. I will prepare for battle. Oh man, I guess if there is nothing I can say to change your mind, and it's something you really have to do, then I understand. But how about this? What? Can this not be the last time we talk before you go? It would be nice to hear from you at least once before you leave to fight him. Yeah, you got it. I will message you before I leave. In my future too. None of this messaging me in the past nonsense before I even knew you. Of course. Okay, great. I will hold you to that, Vriska. It will be a certainty. That said, there's no need for any sort of farewell right now. Go do your amazing windy thing, John. Be creative. I will talk to you later. Okay, I will. Later. Ah, you guys are such best buds now. Arachnoscript AG, cease trolling ectobiologist EB. John, be creative. Be creative with 2 8s. I guess being creative means making a tornado. Hey, dude, look at your god powers. Oh no, WV. It is very creative. I guess we're getting the tumor by drilling the ground with wind powers. Is one way to do it. Battlefield quake. It's quaking, alright. Even the parents are feeling it. Sorry about your spilt wine, guys. More wine for the lady? This woman sure does seem to like her wine. The gentleman has never met a woman quite so taken with the drink. or one as enchanting and beautiful, for that matter. Oops, spilt wine. The fellow has stained the mademoiselle's fine garment. The gaffe is unforgivable, and the only true course of chivalry would be to liberate the damsel from the sodden cloth and launder it immediately. But the lady has no concern for the purity of her finery. She has other things on her mind altogether. The woman has never met a gentleman so strong and considerate and handsome. She cannot tell for certain if her intoxication is due to her 7th glass of wine. Jesus, lady, too much drinking. Or the contours of his proud, powerful nose, and the sensual aroma wafting from his pipe. The man and woman are at ease. They have everything because they have each other. They know that together they can make it through anything, whether trouble brings a bit of spilled wine on a chic lab coat, or reduces the very castle beneath their feet to ruins. What the heck? Are these shades? These look like bro shades. Oh, it's you! Bec Noir. Vriska, read Mind Fang's journal. Got any tips for me, ancestor? It's an ancient Alternian text, maybe? On the 14th bilunar perigee of the 2nd dim season's equinox, the Orphaner poses a Calignius riddle like no other I've met. I am presuming him bothered by jealousy, and it would be sickening if it were not so marvelously amusing. But then, who but royalty could have the fine cheek to show disdain for the manner in which his black lover conducts her red conquest? Less has accelerated meeker than I to homicide, and the violation would hold me aghast, again, if his misgivings did not complement his soul-endearing arsenal of quaint flaws. It is impossible to stifle this grin even now as I write. He surely understands this as my maritime overlord, a superior, while through gritting fangs he would concede the expanse of my plunder, makes it seem hardly worthwhile to trouble a man with good ink over. Why does this read like fanfiction? I know he understands. I will take what I want. I expect nothing less from Dual Scar, and truly, less would offend me. Is it the crude blood of the suitors from which I have taken enjoyment recently? If his displeasure is with my blithe treatment of the social order, then he has either not spent enough time in the warm company of my indifference, or is simply very stupid. I saw the look he gave. He's so secure in knowing I can't feel what's in his mind. He forgets the traitorous ways of his own face. His little looks are words to me, interjections in our deliciously bitter repartee. First a look as I summon a slave from the hold, with such ease between my remarks. Why yes, Dual Scar, they were the very slaves in your hold until but this hour. Another ship deployed carelessly, languishing in strategic vulnerability. Is this not our routine? Our dance? What is this look, my dear Kismeses? Is it shame? Envy? Contempt for what he knows will follow? I nod her over. She is fearful and it makes her prettier. He scoffs without a movement or sound. I know there is disgust feeding the shadows in his corner of my block. At least prick her in the light, he surely thinks. Determine what vulgar hue she bleeds before persisting with your abasement, Marquise. Do try to understand, Orphaner. Not knowing is the point, and if you truly understand this, your crusade against the Gamblignants would not be among our Grand High Blood's most uproarious punchlines. If only one truly needed to be so high to find it amusing. And so not knowing, I take her will, but leave enough of it to enjoy her response. Her hands are in my service, but they still shake. They unfasten the first button at my jacket's waist clumsily. I've masked the line between my puppeteering and her volition exquisitely, and her uncertainty over her own control fuels her fear. She unfastens the second button, and between the second and third, I make a casual remark to Dual Scar, continuing our conversation. He does not respond. Seriously, is this not fanfic? That's how it reads. I look again at the face of my slave, imagining for a moment her mind is not an unguarded port to her every dread. I imagine I cannot feel her conviction that it's not merely a matter of whether she will be put to the irons, but how hot they will be if she fails to please. Poor thing. Her horns make attractive shapes and pair themselves pleasantly amidst her violent snarls of hair. Her fingers, which I have lost track of, to my surprise have come between the petticoat and my skin. The heat of her touch tells me the likely range for the color of her blood. I wouldn't have guessed it to look at her, not with her sighing strip. Her mouth opens slightly and I squint. Ah, razor sharp and none missing. Perfect! How disappointing it is to find quivering lips hiding dull teeth. I pause to consider. What will her fear become if I choose to show her mercy later? And even in days, kindness. Will this be the red dalliance that becomes fully flushed? Love demands my cunning just as my raids. If it is to be, she will never understand how thoroughly she was manipulated. Her body, her mind, her devotion. I remember Dual Scar again. My distraction from our banter was momentarily absolute, and I inquire into the shadows, but he is gone. Who even is who, man? Then go, my Kismeses. Filled with the indignation I gave you. I can only pray it blackens our bond. I must know such exhibitions agitate him and hence why I bother. Otherwise, it would be easy to dismiss him before I partook. Let it be a gift of antagonization to you, my dear rival, of which you may brew pitch for me anew. And if it is true envy, a vermilion yearning I can't abide, then though it pains me, it will be farewell. Alas, it may be that I am too good at spurring him. Too good, at least, for him. I only hope he is not so foolish as to tread a path of less torrid malice. For if he does... Is that my thing? Cause holy dead. Although that looks like Eridan's ancestor, perhaps? On the 16th, my suspicions have been confirmed. I'm not grinning anymore, Dual Scar. Our orderly contention has dissolved right before my vision, eightfold. It was once a handsome black, but now sits like a good strong tea sullied and cooled by unwelcome dairy. Thus my heart was broken twice. I was fond of the slave. There was surely promise in her red investment. He had her assassinated. How dare you! Kill my unknown person. Oh hey. Is the Eridan flying Riska? But we're still reading the log or something? And so I am visited by a bit of bad luck for a change. It's not possible to evade it forever, I suppose. I would simply have to endure the misfortune of observing his base and artless measures of retaliation. Who's gonna kill who, guys? Who do you think's gonna win? He applied his own resources to increase the bounty on my head. I wonder if he intends such a laughably ineffectual gesture as anything more than a formality, a symbol of his intent, if not my smile. How it threatens to revisit, almost. I've broken laws, yes, but what has there been to pay for? If any act I've taken should demand a bounty, it was paid up front. I foot the bill myself with guile and supremacy. Oh, honk. It's gonna be a three-way battle against all the murderers! Look at her holding that one little die. Oh my god, guys, three-way battle amongst the murderers. On the 20th, if only my hoard were as bottomless as his desire to disappoint me. He is set on cowardice, deferring to others to settle his score. Does he remember what he's confided? It would be easy to give the evidence to her imperious condescension, and he would be killed quickly for his unthinkable presumption. He's taken a great risk harboring red ambitions for an empress who will never even know his name. Not that I'll sink to his tactics, but then, he feels safety in knowing this. My sources say he is en route. Holy damn, who the hell? That is terrifying. On the 21st, I've learned Dual Scar has reported to the Grand High Blood all the intelligence he has of me and my fleet. It was information he guarded closely to protect our once mutually cherished rivalry. He couldn't let it fall into the wrong hands, lest another besiege me more effectively and cause me to wax for the usurper. Not that he raised that mass particularly high himself. The shortcomings I managed to overlook for the sake of a lover. I would have enjoyed witnessing the entertainment he prepared to please the High Blood. His sense of humor was dreadful. It would have been a true miracle if he survived the appointment. Funny, I always imagined a grander entry in my journal for your demise, Dual Scar. But I should have realized you would die as you live. A joke. One more humorous little sacrifice kindly given to the subjugulators, and one step closer to the release of the vast hunk they prophesied. I am overjoyed to understand now this was always your destiny. I don't really understand the entries and... Wait. Oh no, did you kill Nepeta and steal her hat? Wait, no, hold up. What's his face was wearing it, right? I don't know, I'm very confusing. Her journal seems like it's a repeat of history, and I think Dual Scar is supposed to be Erida's ancestor? I'm not quite sure. It's very weird. He is like literally a freaking like serial killer. He killed his victims and he took stuff as like trophies. Oh my god. Motherfucking honk motherfuckers. Get that clown out of here. Wait, what the heck? Who the heck is like vampiring on all the dead corpses? It's been nearly a week since Dual Scar's fitting end and I all but forgotten the matter. It seems the subjugulators were not particularly inspired by his revelations about my affairs. Sources tell me their response was to commission one of the court's neophyte legislators to conduct the investigation and bring me to justice. I guess these must be all the ancestors, but I really don't know who they're supposed to be. I mean, I guess this is supposed to be like Terezi's ancestor, because they talk about legislator crap. Neophyte Red Glare is reported to be quite talented. I find no reason to doubt this. Still, how can I be caused any unrest to learn their recourse is to send a lone, inexperienced bureaucrat to apprehend me? I cannot view this as anything other than full concession by the High Bloods. They now only seek to maintain the appearance of pursuing me. Maybe they find my exploits amusing? I couldn't possibly disagree. Those rare moments when my superiors show wisdom come perilously close to restoring my faith in the social order. Doesn't it mean that Gamzee's been like vampiring on them? Because he's the one that's been attacking everyone, isn't it? As for Red Glare, it would surprise me if I ever heard her name again. If she finds me, then I welcome her challenge. But I am so confident she will play no relevant role in my future. I won't even bother appearing into my oracle to satisfy my curiosity. 3-time showdown combo, ooh. 3-time showdown combo. Battle between the 3 murderers, oh my god. More honking, jeez. Whoa, his face is even more messed up here. He stole everyone's things, look at that. He don't look like himself anymore. Oh no, he still got the Faygo. Will that say row? Drink the Faygo and remember who you are, Gamzee. Right, these are their ancestors, right? So that means the journal from Mind Thing must have been talking about their 3 ancestors, isn't it? Honk honk. What? We're not gonna see the actual showdown? Is that what you're saying? What? Seriously? I came here for a showdown combo, not for this thing. Honk honk. What happened? Oh. This is a moving picture. That is weird. Wait, is that Kanaya? Or, yeah, it's Kanaya, right? This is her clothes. I thought she was dead! Oh, honk! What the hell is this? I was pretty positive she was dead? Or is this her ghost? Well, goodbye, Gamzee? You deserve it? Damn, she just come here and kick everyone's ass. But I don't understand what's going on. She looks like she's possessed. Is this actually Kanaya? Or is someone else in control of her body? Doof. Revenge for all the fallen. Yes! Break his stupid flashlight stick! That's what you get for killing the person that made it for you. Debunked. I mean, it's not like that's where his powers come from anyway. So what does it matter? Damn. Whoa, she murdered him. Holy damn. Dead. Oh, he is so dead. Shades Descent. Who is Shades? Oh, you literally mean like the shades. Okay. Descent where? It's gonna fall onto her face. That is a long ass time to fall down onto her face. Waiting for it to fall. Fall. Descend. Yeah! So freaking weird. What even happened? I don't understand. Is it actually you, Kanaya? Is your special power— that's really gross. Is your special power you're able to like revive yourself somehow? Well, Friska's still alive. What does that even say? It's so tiny. Okay, we gotta zoom in on that. I can't. This is the most I can zoom. I still don't know what that says. Whatever. It's probably just someone else flying off into the distance. Oh, okay. If I knew you were gonna zoom in, I guess I didn't need to do that. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. Hard eyes? Like, hard. I love that she's so crazy violent. I don't understand. Oh my god. Be Jack Noir. Okay, so Aridin is dead for sure. But Gamzee just kind of fell off probably like some kind of giant cliff. And Friska just got her ass beat, but she's still alive. Oh no, what the hell? I just realized. I forgot that we left off with Jack Noir looking at the parents. Did he kill them? Oh my god. You are now Jack Noir. You have just murdered an innocent family. What will you do? Repent maybe? Why'd you have to kill dad and mom? Jack, accessorize immediately. Really? So inappropriate. You begin claiming trophies to celebrate your magnificent triumph over the defenseless loving couple. The man's hat suits you perfectly. It is plain and serviceable. Yes, that looks so good. The only way the look could possibly be improved is if it was blacker or bloodier. Jack, take a prize from the lady. These damn serial killers killing our poor innocent people and taking their items. This beautiful scarf will look quite dramatic as you soar through the air, scouring the surface for new victims. It is finely crafted and the fabric is wonderfully soft. Your powerful nose detects perfume. The odor is pleasant. Wait, this pipe is great too. It makes you look dignified and thoughtful. Yes, this will be your trophy as well. Ooh, John is not gonna be happy once he comes upon this scene. Ugh. Jack, trophy binge. This is like his equivalent of the kids like going through the alchemy process and making a whole bunch of cool items. But him, he just kills people and takes their stuff. Yes, yes. All of the glorious trophies will belong to you. There is no possession of the fallen so trivial that it would not make a splendid adornment to your intimidating visage. Wait, no. This is in fact so very, very stupid. How dare you! Stomp! Stop it! Stop defiling the dead people's stuff! This is no way for a killer of your elite profile to dress? Your rise to omnipotence has had a regrettable influence on your vanity, it seems. Have you forgotten the original grievance for frivolous attire that got you here? That's it. No more trophies. You are swearing off trophies forever. Probably. Probably. No promises. The real question is, why did you keep Cal? Okay, you will keep one trophy, but only one. You can never stay mad at Cal. He is a true friend. The only you have ever known. Well, maybe Cal doesn't want to be your friend. How do you think about that? God, you're so bored. Well, maybe you should have killed everyone. Think about that, Jack? You ever think about that? You ever think about the consequences of your actions? Probably not. Jack, sniff out new prey. Sniff, sniff. Why does he have two Johns in his mind? It used to be that when you were bored with paperwork, you would go distract yourself by sharpening one of your favorite knives, or give your most disapproving scowl through a fenestrated wall to survey the kingdom. But those were simpler times. There's only one cure for boredom befitting a demigod, and that is more senseless killing. You consult your proud long snout for assistance with the hunt. You pick up the maddening scent of one of your young graveyard stuffers. You are sure it is the same one you slaughtered earlier, and yet his stench remains, confounding you from every direction. It is as if the breeze which carries it deliberately seeks to obfuscate the odor's origin. Your thoughts become more murderous with each blustery taunt. Jack, succumb to unfathomable bloodlust. What the hell is this? More of his killings? You are consumed by murderous thoughts and you prepare to embark on a killing spree to end all— oh, for fuck's sake, you start thinking about dog things again. It's the back part of you. Why do bones have to be so delicious and enticing? Jack, suppress thoughts of unfathomable snossages? Snossages? Does he like Jade as well because those are Beck's thoughts? Aww. You successfully suppress all thoughts of delicious little rap wieners and infuriating things like mail and his agents of delivery, but in the process you awaken your deepest and darkest feelings of awe. Feelings of loyalty? How completely despicable. But no, that is not quite all there is. Could it also be love? It must be. It is the only emotion that could possibly make you feel so utterly disgusted with yourself. And it is surely why you couldn't go through with it. Oh, wait, what? That means you had a chance to kill Jade and you didn't kill her? How wild. You could not do it. You could not kill the girl. Jack, contact DD? You get the draconian dignitary on the line. He asks, what the hell you been up to? You say it doesn't matter. You have a point of serious business to discuss with him. He makes sure you're remembering to keep the destructive impulses to a minimum. Minimum? Have you seen all the crap he's done? Yeah, it's not a minimum. No more planet exploding or anything like that. You say, yeah. He says, no point in securing power when there's nothing left to rule. You say you know, God, is not the point. Lousy stupid dignitary all keeping your murderous tendencies in check. He's the most terrible guy you almost kind of didn't despise completely. DD, listen to SS? Wamp. You attempt to humor the Sovereign Slayer's demands diplomatically. There's a narrow line to walk between obeying the orders of a clear superior and blindly facilitating a perfectly useless genocide. It takes a very savvy breed of psychopath to pull it off. The Slayer is yapping about some girl, probably one of the young players who can no longer provide any serious threat to your rule, but he wants you to go kill her anyway. You ask why he doesn't go kill her himself. He says it's complicated. This guy, you swear. You tell him you're busy with things that actually matter, like running this kingdom on his behalf and all, levying taxes, oppressing consorts, all the unpleasant chores he would never dirty his snout with. He says this is more important than any of that stuff. You say fine, just send the drow after her. There's a moment of radio silence. He says, you mean the courtyard drow? He wants to be sure this is the same drow you're talking about. You say yeah, what's the problem? He says, you mean the very same drow who couldn't manage the one simple task assigned to him? To steal the White Queen's ring from the very same adoring wonderful girl and master and friend in question? Wait, he says he just means girl. Just girl. You didn't hear any of that. You don't say anything. He says fine, you win. Sick the stupid drow on her. What does he care? DD, contact CD? Contact that CD. You hit up the drow. The Slayer was right. This guy is clearly incompetent. Still, the only real objective here is to get him to stop breathing down your neck with his awful dog breath. Looks like the drow is on the battlefield. He says he is still looking for the Queen's ring. He says he made a new friend to help him with his search, but it is terribly breezy on this planet and his new friend keeps blowing around making the search more difficult. Is your new friend John? He says thank goodness he is not wearing one of his finer hats. It would be just dreadful trying to keep it on his head in such weather. You say you don't care about any of that stuff and tell him to shut up. CD, listen to DD? Your new friend is the bunny? But that doesn't— is that the Robo Bunny? Doesn't look like it. The dignitary is one of your superiors who makes you nervous. The list of superiors who make you nervous in fact includes all of your superiors. It includes many of your inferiors as well. He tells you to forget the ring. You failed your mission and you are never going to find it. There is a new mission. You say, oh? He says, yeah, and let go of the goddamn rabbit. You say, okay, but don't actually let go. You say you will be happy to begin the new mission very soon. But first, there is this pretty blue tornado ahead you were meaning to investigate. Perhaps other locals it has attracted will know something about the ring. He says, for the love of God, will you forget about the tornado and the ring? You don't say anything and look longingly at the tornado again. He says, fine, if you really must examine a meaningless and extraordinarily dangerous exhibit of meteorological phenomena, then go ahead. But be ready to embark on the mission not a moment later. You say alright, and wonder what you should do to prepare. He asks if you have a good winter hat. You nearly drop the radio in excitement. Jack, wait. Wait for what? Oh, wait for the killing? There, now that those wheels are in motion, you guess you can put your mind at ease for a while? You find nothing quite so troubling as the intrusion of a positive emotion. You are momentarily afforded the peace of mind to resume a dull, quiet life of semi-restrained murder. Maybe you will wait here and see if the boy shows up. It's reasonable to assume he will seek these adults. Certainly easier to let him come to you than follow an untraceable scent. Or maybe you will take a look inside the castle? Perhaps there are survivors here fit for the offering? You guess that could serve some amusement. You wonder if it will always be like this. What sort of future does a new god have to look forward to? Will this malaise follow you for eternity? Will you be perpetually tempted to destroy everything you see, knowing that in just a few moments of recklessness, you will be left with nothing else to destroy forever? What will eternity feel like when a single moment of boredom feels like an eternity unto itself? You wish you could consult the clouds for answers, but they never show you anything. The reckoning can't wipe this place out soon enough. Be future Jack Noir. Oh, apparently future Jack Noir is in a battle against Aridia. You are now future Jack Noir. Presently, you are trapped in a single moment, which increasingly feels like an eternity. Your boredom is surpassed only by your awe-consuming rage and contempt for existence itself. Hours ago, you entered an unfamiliar session. You killed 1,000 robotic assailants. You destroyed 12 planets with ease, methodically and cyclically, like a single stained hand of a defective clock smearing each number it passes. You reduce Prospect and Durst to dust and murder a whole bunch of alien kids in yellow and purple pajamas. Your warpath of absolute devastation had only begun to be blazed. There were still miles and bloody miles to set forth. But when the dust of Durst settled, this infuriating fairy appeared out of thin air and froze you in time. But she can't keep you like this forever, and when she finally lets you go, you will be ready. What will you do? Aside from nothing, that is. Well, maybe if someone comes in time and kills him, it'll be fine? I don't know. Jack, wait. More waiting? You attempt to be patient. You fail miserably. Be Aradia. Kill his ass, Aradia! You are now the maid of time, recently resurrected from the crypt of Durst. Your name is Aradia Megiddo, and for the first time in your life you feel truly alive. You have just incapacitated Jack Noir with a spell, but a demon so powerful requires your full concentration to subdue. He will break free any moment. You may release him and die now, or you may continue to hold him and die later. What will you do? Aside from die, that is. Aradia, release him. But when do we die? Wait, where'd she go? She teleported. Or something. I guess? I don't know. Did she shrink? Don't understand. How did you do that, Aradia? You're done with dying. Soon friends will arrive. They will need your help. And not the green sun. That little green glowing thing. Whose memory is this? Wait, they're in the dream bubble things right now? Hey, it's your bots. It appears to be yours. At least that's how it begins. Aradia, enter bubble. How bizarre. We're like watching a flashback now? Wait a minute. Wait a minute indeed. What is happening? This is not specifically your memory. Well, whose is it then? It's hers. The Aradia bot? But are they not all you? She teleported, I guess? I don't know. Also, what is this? What? What? Is this a young Aradia? Wait, her bot got blasted and it traveled back in time? To when she was younger? I guess? Swoop. So that's how she found the frog runes then. Cause the explosion thingy mabob. Okay, so by this time she's already destroyed, so she doesn't know about the robot, I guess. Little cow is here. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Ooh, what's that? It's the wallet! How'd that end up here? What? That is hilarious. She's still reliving her memory though, isn't she? Aradia report discovery. What the hell? Psst, psst, whisper. Wait, are you the voices of the dead? Have you been talking to yourself this whole time? What the hell? Apocalypse Arisen AA began trolling Twin Armageddon's TA. Solix, hey, what's up AA? You will never guess what I just found. Won't I? I doubt it. Was it the matching ruins, what? Site? Yes? How did you know? I don't know, just a weird feeling. I feel like we had this conversation before and that's what it was about. Yeah, me too. What do you think it means? Probably nothing, but now, not only does it feel like we've had this conversation before, but it's going differently this time. So it's extra weird. Maybe your voices are involved? Wait, what? Solus is not dead though, so why? Are they not just reliving a memory? I don't know, maybe. Maybe yours are too? I don't hear a goddamn thing. Do you? Wait, yes. She's very quiet though, I can't tell what she's saying. She's saying pss 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 and more pss pss pss. Oh well. Why don't we pretend there is no spooky paranormal phenomena going on just once and talk about what you wanted to talk about? Good idea. Okay, do you remember what we talked about regarding Kanaya's ruins? Sorta. I asked you for help in understanding the glyphs. I guess. Are you just being difficult or do you really not remember? I guess I don't find the whole mystery of the ruins as exciting as you, okay? Well, obviously, but I really appreciate your help anyway. Sure, how can I help then? Well, you said that you need another set of glyphs to make sense of them. You speculated that there might be another set of ruins. You even guessed that they would be blue. It turns out you were right. Don't you think that's pretty cool? Oh yeah, I am awesome about that for sure. But I can't shake the feeling these ruins are going to be nothing but trouble for us. But you say that about everything. That's because it's fucking true about everything. No, it's not. I did find some other neat things down here too, which are strange but quite harmless and not foreboding in the least. Like what? Like this amazing hat? It is an authentic archaeologics hat. It's so hard to find them in this style. There are no horn holes, but I love it anyway. It's great. That's true. How you gonna wear it? You just put it over your horns. Pretty sweet, AA. Hey, didn't you also find some bits and pieces of your bizarre robot doppelganger? Well, how do you know it's your doppelganger? It's all broken. I wasn't going to tell you about that. Damn it, how did you know? I don't know, I just remembered some more shit about this discovery. God, sorry. This is stupid. Yeah, well, I guess this is the kind of shit you have to deal with when two psychics talk to each other about stuff. Maybe. Why don't we pick this up again later when we're not feeling so weird? Well, okay. Apocalypse Arisen AA began trolling Twin Armageddon's TA and Apocalypse Arisen? Wait, is this a radio? Or like what do you call it? Like the Ascendant Aradia? Talking to the past ones? Ahem. Sorry to interrupt, I wanted to give you both the chance to remember, but it doesn't look like this is going anywhere. What the fuck? Wow, what? What does this mean? This was an Aradia bot in disguise? Is it coming back yet? Is what coming back? Who are you? Whoa, hold on. Why am I talking like you suddenly? This is a memory in a dream bubble. That's right. Wait, hold up. Who's who? Is it okay? This is a current Aradia, I guess. This is the old bot, I guess. This is a memory in a dream bubble. That's right. Oh, that doesn't really answer my question, but okay. You changed your voice because you remembered, like I did. Remembered what? That I died. This is my memory and also hers. But I went on to become the robot whose remains are in this crater. So these are the memory of the robot that died, okay? Whereas she did not. I don't actually know her story or how she got here, but for me, this was the end of the road. This is the afterlife. Well shit, so then I guess I'm dead too? Nope. Yeah, you're not dead, which is why it's confusing. Why are you here? Unless he's also able to talk to the dead? You were just asleep, okay? You're also blind. Holy shit, I can't see. Yes, that's what being blind means. Wow, awesome. Way to be awesomely sympathetic to my terrible new problem, AA. Solix, will you shut up and stop being so tragic for once? You knew this was going to happen. Your prophecies of personal doom were practically all you ever talked about. I think you were looking forward to this, honestly. She's right. I can't believe this. It's almost as if I'm getting double teamed. Damn, that didn't feel right at all. I think I have to retire the whole bifurcation gimmick, puns and all. This is hilarious because he doesn't have his eyes anymore, just this like blank thing. Actually, that is kind of a relief. Maybe you're right. I'm feeling better about this already. Great! You should be able to relax now that you've been released from the curse of your vision twofold, just like you said you'd be. You are now merely doomed. Great! Oh, that's awesome? Being doomed isn't that bad. I spent most of my life that way, remember? At least you have the luxury of understanding. And the best part about being doomed is you only have to put up with it until you die. I mean, yes, but also, that's terrible. That's the spirit. Actually, I guess I don't have to keep talking like I'm doomed anymore, do I? Nope. This is so weird. What am I even listening to here? Fuck, I cannot believe I just made that face. Ha ha ha. God damn it. Oh yeah, also, why the fuck are my teeth missing? That's not our fault, dude. That's on Carcat. I don't know. Okay, well, great. Glad we got to the fucking bottom of that mystery. 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 Mystery, mystery, mystery. Man, I can't even lips anymore if I try. Please don't laugh. I can tell you both are enjoying this. I can smell it using my new blind guy nose powers. Really? No, not literally, I was joking. I mean, not yet. Maybe I'll ask TZ about it when I wake up though. Hey, what was that noise? What noise? I think someone else is here? Oh, it's Jade. Jade? What the fuck? Who's Jade? She's one of the humans we met after you died. Okay, I guess I am out of the loop on chronology for once. That's fine, you'll catch up. Hey guys, I hope I'm not interrupting. Well, it's quite a party going on here. Hey, you're wearing the... oh, what is that called? I forgot. Well, yeah, you kinda were. Sort of a reunion of close departed friends going on here. But no big deal, I guess. Oh no, I can leave. No, don't. Solix, try to be polite. There's no reason at all for you to feel hostile toward them anymore. Jade is very nice and she did nothing wrong. None of them did, so when you wake up, maybe you should try to reconcile with them. Or at the very least, just say hello. Did you? Did I what? Be nice to them or whatever before you exploded? Well, no, but I should have. I did with you before I left, didn't I? I guess so. Oh. This is awkward. Shush you! What actually happened after I died, it sounds complicated. It is. I'll get you up to speed, I promise. But guys, come on, let's not scare away our guests. Okay, then I'll shut up. I think one Aradia saying things is more than enough probably. Yeah. You can say that again. But I mean, don't say it again literally because that's kind of the whole point and would completely Oh my god, shut up! It's okay, I can take another nap later when you guys are busy. No, Jade, it's okay, please stay. I'm curious about why you are here. I'm curious too, why are we all here, guys? Well, I have just been enjoying these little naps more and more lately. Each time I go to sleep, I meet more new people and learn so much. But I still can't get Carcat to take a nap. Boy, talk about a guy who is anti-nap. Haha, yeah, what a douche. Seriously, he is the douchiest of crabby crabs who ever douche a big douchey crab. Low. But yeah, it's been fun. I should really thank Fairy again for setting it up so we can meet like this. Wait, FF is here? Yep. Oh god, why didn't that occur to me? Where is she? Probably in another bubble. But you'll find her. Maybe during your next nap? So whose bubble is this? This must be the Iradiabot's bubble. Well shit, why can't I just go glub around out there in the ring and find her now? I mean, aside from the fact that I'm blind and completely useless. Navigating between bubbles is difficult here. It's better to drift between them naturally as they intersect. Not spatially, but through common points in memory. To navigate the furthest ring, you need to have mastered the flow of time. That is why I am here. I am alive again, so I may assist the dead in this way. Huh. Jade, tell me, have you seen me here before? I mean me dressed like I am now, wearing my godhood. Yeah, you were really nice and helpful. Wait, what? You're wearing a godhood? Why didn't you tell me that? What gives? Or that you came back to life? I'm wearing a hood and have butterfly wings. What else would you like to know? Man, being blind is dumb. Can I like grope you or something to get up to date on your appearance? Would that be weird? Yes, Solix, that'd be weird. No touching here. Yes, Solix, that would probably be pretty weird. I think your outfit looks so cute. I love your wings too. Thank you, your outfit is quite spiffy too. I like that skirt a lot, especially. Is that a skirt? I'm not sure. Rolling my eyes. Is what I would like, or is what I would be doing if that were possible. Shh! Hey, come on. You are making a point? Yes, okay. You see those encounters you had with me before have not happened for me yet because I've only just arrived? Time follows strange paths here as does space. If you travel a great enough distance, you may discover you are also traveling either backwards or forwards in time as well. Just as if you stay in one place for too long, the geometry of space surrounding you will become unreliable. You may swap the air to your left and discover you have just left yourself. That would suck. The only way to make sense of it is to understand either property very well. What? Okay. And since I am new here, I have some learning to do just like everyone else. But I do know one thing. What? I knew that the first bubble I would enter would be an important one for us to visit. What's so important about it? Hang on. We are moving on to a new memory. Hold that thought. Literally hold that thought. It might fly away from us. Is this Jade's memory? I think this is her bed. This is her stuff actually. It is important because it will help us begin to understand why we are all here. What do you mean, why we are all here? You mean in the afterlife? That's easy. Because she's asleep, she's dead, you're alive, and I'm blind? Couldn't be simpler. No, not why we are in this bubble now, but why we all exist in the first place, and why we all went on this adventure together. Oh, that. There's much to understand, and I believe it all begins with one sequence of events. Watching will help those who've passed to understand the purpose of their sacrifice, and those still living to understand what must be done to complete the journey still ahead. We will let the memories lead the way. Are you guys ready? You bet your ass I am. I'm ready for learning stuff. Learning what this all means. I am ready. Okay, let's allow the next memory to take shape. I believe it is Kanaya's. I will reprise my role in a conversation I had with her shortly after I discovered the ruins. Everybody hide and try not to spoil it for her until she remembers. No, it's spoilers, guys. They're literally just hiding like right there. We can see you guys. Not very good at hiding. Hey Kanaya, there's something I want to give you. Oh really? Yes, it's something very odd I found when I discovered the ruins the other night. I don't know what its archaeological significance is yet, but I suspect you will be able to repair it. This is a dream, isn't it? What? Wow. Wow, you figured it out very fast. It seemed obvious. Either I'm sleeping or I'm dead. Which is it? Oh, I don't know which is it either. Oh, I am sure you are alive. You're unconscious now and will likely wake up as your new self very soon. My new self? Yes, you're undergoing a metamorphosis which you have been groomed for since you were very young. Say what, dude? Much like I was for my various personal iterations, including this one. You mean being a ghost and then a frog and then a robot and then a fairy? Is that what Kanaya's gonna do? So she's a ghost right now then? Yes, but it sure sounds silly when you list them all like that. Kind of. What do you mean we have been groomed? Well, this is what we are about to find out. If you will oblige us by continuing with this memory. Okay, what do I do? Why don't we go through this conversation again to the best of our recollection? But I guess rather than acting it out, we can just talk about it? The old-fashioned way? Was what we were attempting before not old-fashioned? I have no idea. It seems to me the nature of the afterlife is probably very old-fashioned. Maybe even the most old-fashioned a thing can get. Yeah, you know what I mean though. Yes, then. This was when you were about to give me that unusual gift from the ruins. Yes, I did have Solix deliver the pieces to you so you could stitch it back up. Solix, that is your cue. Come out and play the part. This is like weird a way of doing exposition. So we don't have to hide anymore? No, of course not. Obviously the jig is up, everyone can come out now. Yay! Jade is always just ready to jump out and say yay! So I guess Kanaya is a ghost now, but how is she able to be a ghost? Don't understand that stuff. So like... Okay, so I'm supposed to act out what I did before when I brought her these shitty doll parts? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, I'm still not sure, Aurelia. Are we supposed to be roleplaying? No guys, come on, this isn't that complicated. We are just revisiting the past just like we would if we were talking about it. But it just so happens we can watch it happen as we talk about it. And as a matter of fact, this story does involve a role-playing game, but not in that way. This is kind of stupid. You're stupid and you sound stupid. Hopefully I both thought... I don't know what you're trying to say, dude. Why the fuck is it by Booth Throw? I'm not reading that. Of all the thieves suddenly, I don't know what you're saying, dude. You did not tell me this before. I don't know, but you may be waking up soon. Oh, okay, great. Though I will miss the rest of the cool story. Okay. Maybe not if we hurry this along. Wait, before we do. Hi, Kanaya. It is nice to meet you. Hi, Jade. What is that thing you're wearing? You don't like it? No, I didn't mean to sound disapproving, but I do think more colorful apparel suits you better. Yes, I know you told me. I did? Yes, but you probably haven't yet? Not from your perspective. I cannot help but overhear you are asleep now. You told me all about what happened after you woke up. About what? About how you turned into a vampire. Okay. What's a vampire? This is ridiculous. Solix is right. I mean Solix, Kanaya, tell us what happened next. How did she turn into a vampire? So she's not a ghost, she's a vampire. She's been feasting on the dead, I guess. There isn't much to say. I repaired the doll and made him a nice outfit, with a far more becoming palette and fit more than observed tatters he was found in. I thought at least. Yes. Should there be anything else to this story? Not really. Is it a Dave's puppet? Yes. Sad face, I guess. Aw, see it. I guess I'm out of here. Seriously, he did not talk like this before, right? It wasn't this much lips. Bye, Solix. See you later, everybody. Bye. Anyway, that is all I can remember. I quickly began to find the doll unnerving, so I put him away. To my knowledge, he has remained secure in my block ever since. Is he relevant in some way? Guys? What do you have, Dave's puppet? What is going on here? Yes, Aradia, it seems you have some foreknowledge of this narrative. Maybe you can tell us why any of this is important. This is only a piece of the story. The other pieces will fall into place with successive memories, and it will all become clear. But yes, alright, I will eliminate some suspense and try to serve as a better guide on this tour through the catacombs of our collective subconscious. The separate tunnels we once traveled in the dark as individuals, we now retrace together with a torch. On the walls we illuminate the ruins which describe a convoluted origin story, an origin we participated in. We were spurred to these actions by that which was being originated, and incited to acts of revenge as we were turned against each other. Random Tavro showed up. I don't remember this. I mean, I remember getting jumped off the cliff by my legs, but not the thing I'm doing now. No, our manipulator disguised his tracks well. Oh, his tracks is a duck scratch. Do I have to lie on the floor like this? Is that important? No, Tavros, you can get up. Also, can we, or at least I, be not in this memory, because it's one that's not as great as most? We will leave it soon. But you were doing something very important here. What was I doing? Writing a part of the code. Oh, what does that say? Tick? Or, that was like a 1. 1 T, C, I don't know how that is. I guess it's like another one of those mail codes, but it's like their version. An incomplete fragment consisting of 4 symbols, comprising the first word of a binary refrain. A pair of sounds emerging from the belly of a fabled tyrant's menace, but you alter only one sound of the pair. What's this? Wait, hold up. Oh, she's like switching. This is like her memory now, I guess? I would write the other. Doesn't it look the same? Well, it's a little bit different from his, I guess. In the soot of my ruined hive, I scrawled my part of the code, completing the phrase of legend. The persisting sound said to accompany the ultimate demise of the tyrant less an arm and an eye, so Jack Noir, I guess. But even these 8 characters, the scrawlings of charge, were still with half the code. Everyone's showing up now. There was another half by Scourge in 2 parts. 1 part, 3 symbols. Everyone's showing up, it's so weird. And the other 5, why the scale was tipped in this way between sisters, I cannot say. Sisters? What? Each fragment would be transcribed in our rulebooks, sealing the collaboration between Rustbloods and Bluebloods, completing the code for our session's architect. Not exactly. There was another fragment. Oh, yes, an additional 8 symbols, from a wildcard source, I suppose. What is this? Doesn't this like honk? Honk, honk, honk? It is honk. Oh Jesus, scary ass clown in the background. It came from a timeline not meant to happen. The one I came from to ensure it wouldn't happen. Or it wouldn't. Thus sealing my fate. What is it? Is it a world where Gamzee ain't cuckoo? What just happened over here? Something to- oh. Why do you guys just fade away? What happened? Did they die? I mean, they did die? Or actually, no, they didn't. I believe the fragment was gibberish from a lunatic after completing his rampage through our session. Since it was not part of the scripted chronology, I was oblivious until it was too late to stop it. Not that it would matter if I did, the timeline had already gone astray. I pieced together what had happened by sleuthing the various scenes. More people are disappearing. What does it mean? Even Jade went away. Are they just leaving the memory bubble? And discovered the text which the code was recorded in. I decided to return to the Alpha timeline with the text as evidence for his madness, I guess. In the Alpha timeline, this text was destroyed in an explosion caused by a computer virus. This explosion did not take place on my timeline. I identified this event as the difference prompting the offshoot, and returned to our planet via the reckoning just as I did at the end of my life. Though that time deliberately, to influence events quietly to make sure it happened, and later joined the rest of our doomed selves to help defeat the king. The others surely had similar responsibilities along the way. More honking. What does it mean? This is the F book, isn't it? As for the book, I lost track of it shortly after I arrived. Yes, we all lost track of our books. Okay, that's the Black Queen doing something evil probably, I don't know. They were gathered serendipitously by agents assigned to the task. And in the veil, their codes were merged with the ghost imprints of other mysterious artifacts. This is Doc Scratch, isn't it? Doc Scratch, this was when you were born. God, I hate that flashing green light. Our first guardian was brought to life on the sea to pass through Skya's final gate of defense, the first to find Alternia. Because Doc Scratch was the... well, he was the first guardian of Alternia, right? I don't know. Be Scratch. I guess, and maybe find out what the hell's going on. Oh my god, white text dude. You once again try to be Doc Scratch and fail spectacularly. You can't be him no matter how hard you try. It is impossible. In fact, I think it would be for the best if I commandeered the narrative completely for a while. I trust you won't mind if I speak in white. It's not actually negotiable, but as a courtesy I will enclose my words between a pair of visually audible brackets. Oh, are they audible? I'm not hearing anything. I'm doing this because I can. So we're not Doc Scratch, but he's just talking to us. I am also doing it because I am expecting a guest to arrive shortly. This should enable me to show the man that sort of hospitality he deserves while doing the same for you. My apartment doesn't have a doorbell. Why would an omniscient fellow need to be alerted to the presence of a visitor? I know he will be right on time, which is to say, early. And if I did have a doorbell, he would have just witnessed it ring. He is already here. It's the time-traveling demon or whatever. Wait, it's Lord English, isn't it? That's who he works for. Are we about to find out who Lord English is? My door is not fitted with a peephole either. Those without eyes or without limits to their knowledge have no need for peeping. And I am without either. You don't have a mouth either, so how are you talking? I've never once peeped at or through something, and I doubt I ever will. Apertures built into physical surfaces to reveal what's hidden behind them or for those with particular handicaps. They are for those lacking advanced vision to render the epoch permeable to light, or those lacking advanced knowledge to render the concealed information irrelevant, or both. They are for people who I call suckers. I know the identity of anyone who stands behind this door, even in those cases where I have not extended an invitation to the visitor personally. Pardon me while I let Jack inside. Oh, it's just Jack? Okay. Also, why is his thing just like an O? Oh, because it's like Doc Scratch and the O in his name is white? Is that why it's an O? Which Jack is this supposed to be? He doesn't look familiar. Did you not believe it would be Jack? Who else could it? Who else would it be? Someone who would have suspected anyone else as a person I would also describe as a sucker. Haha. Hee hee. Hoo hoo. Hello, Slick. Won't you please end? Wait, hold up. I thought it's not Jack. I mean, I thought it was Jack, but then it wasn't Jack, right? Unless it's another version of Jack? I don't know. You're getting very complicated, Doc Scratch. He just comes in and clocks him across the face. You deserve it. Oh, for heaven's sake. Bonk. Who the heck is this? This is the Jack from the Trolls session, isn't it? Because, well, actually it's kind of hard to tell because I think all the Jacks kind of eventually lose their arms and their eyes. So I don't know, but I think it should be the one from the Trolls session. Jack, stop it. Jack? Slick? Which way you prefer I call you? It's one of the strange points of uncertainty which surrounds you. Maybe it is that you don't particularly care? Your flair is for the plain and surfaceable, isn't it? Not much of your vanity is tied up in name, I guess. Not going to tell me? Fine. I won't tell you my name either. Well, I might, if you would just show some manners and stop hitting me with that ridiculous horse hitcher. I won't crack no matter how senseless the drubbing. If only it were that simple. You're not going to stop, are you? It will be very difficult to discuss our points of mutual interest like this. I was prepared to go about it in a civilized way, even though I knew very well I would spend the first several minutes of our meeting sitting on the floor while being flogged. I have even prepared a bowl of candy for you, which I know you will enjoy. Courtesy is important, Jack. Do you have anything at all to say? Any form of communication you care to attempt beyond the sound Ira makes against my head repeatedly? No, of course not. At least he didn't stab you. That's how he greets people. Did you just take his horse hitching thing and bent it? What's that? I see. You think you already know my name. You do not know my real name, Jack, just as none of your adversaries on this planet know yours. You only know my nickname. What is your nickname? So you're saying Duck Scratch is not your real name? It's a good nickname too, befitting of the passive gunslinger charged with initiating the break. I am my master's weapon, his soldier in a war of one bullet fired. But when that bullet clears the barrel, it won't be my finger on the trigger. I'm a facilitator, not an assassin. Here, have your broken stick back. Here, Jack, why don't you go help yourself to some candy over there on the table? There is something I need to take care of before we continue. I won't be long. The hell kind of candy is this? Licorice? Doesn't he hate that? He takes it anyway. Oh, that's hilarious. Yes, good. Placate yourself with the Scotty dogs. Scotty dogs, okay. Slick. My supply is bottomless. I am an excellent host. He's taking off his white jacket. Dumb, he's just taking all of it. When I am finished with this minor interruption, we will resume our gentlemanly negotiation. I will proceed to beat you severely until you agree to do what I ask. I trust you won't take it personally. I forgot who this is. Isn't this, wait, this is Rose. This is her squid thing. It's Rose. Now, please excuse me, I have to talk to a teenage girl from another universe. The teenage girl from another universe. This must be before Rose went and did her crazy plan, because she's still here and her timeline thing hasn't blacked out yet. You cannot be a teenage girl from another universe because you are too busy being a teenage girl from this universe. You're busy being Rose Lalonde, completely preoccupied with it in fact. So preoccupied, you have been neglecting messages from some of your friends who are trying to contact you, but you have a lot of important stuff to do. You will get back to them later. I thought the teenage girl from another universe is Rose. Unless there's another teenage girl from another universe? Getting too complicated here. Rose, pester informant. Look, she's talking to Duck Scratch. It's quite warm here on Lohawk. I think I've been patient enough. When will I receive further instruction? Now. So, I could have contacted you at any time? No, only now. I came away with the impression from our last conversation that our next would take place on your invitation. I was being polite by waiting. Your inevitable impatience caused you to contact me again. Inevitability is my invitation. That's pretty smug. I am free to be smug. I am omniscient, extremely powerful, and very charming. Yeah, I don't know about that last part. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Can you use your limitless intelligence to figure out which ones I mean? That was clever. If I plead ignorance to the fact that you are denying my charisma, it invalidates my claim of omniscience. But if I must adhere to my all-knowing status, it forces me to validate the unfortunate reality that you are feigning the opinion that my demeanor is unpalatable. Not that it matters, because I have all 3 qualities, and you know it. This is stupid. Can we get to the point? Yes, I was about to say, we should hurry this along. My visitor is beginning to set things on fire. You have a visitor? Who? Some guy. I was joking anyway. I am not in a hurry at all. You tell jokes? Yes. Ha ha. So your visitor isn't setting anything on fire then? Oh, he most definitely is. He. I'm really not getting this joke. I was joking about being in a hurry. From my perspective, this conversation is taking place in less than 1 second. I type very quickly. Hoo. I thought you didn't lie. Aren't jokes essentially humorous lies? At least those like the ones you just attempted? Jokes are only temporary lies. If the falsehood is never exposed, there is no punchline. If the punchline is never delivered, the lie is sealed forever. Regardless of initial humorous intent, lies are not funny. I think if you're going to risk tarnishing your record of honesty, you should probably get better material. My joke was objectively funny. Who would know better than I? Okay, so you're saying an inaccurate statement doesn't count as a lie as long as you say just kidding later? Basically. Okay. What if it's much later? Is it still just a joke? No, that would be something closer to a prank. I don't play pranks very often. Are you allowed to lie about playing pranks? If I asked you if you were playing a prank on me, would you tell the truth? I am allowed to do whatever I want. I choose never to lie. I also choose to tell jokes now and then, and to play pranks quite sparingly. But I can say that I have never played a prank on you, and no statement I have made to you thus far, or will make in this conversation, will contain any trace of falsehood for the sake of setting up a joke or a prank, with the exception of the joke I just made, and another one I will make very soon. I'm starting to change my mind. Oh? Yes, I think your joke was funny in retrospect. Actually, your whole shtick is pretty good. I'm warming up to it. Yes, I knew it. Just to be clear, was the assurance you just made a prank or a joke? It was neither, it was the truth. Was that? Yes. The truth? Yes. Okay, were you serious about wanting to die? Yes. Why? I'll tell you later. Why? Because you asked. But why not now? Because that piece of information would not fit elegantly into the sequence of our exchange at this moment. Do you know how this entire conversation will go? Yes. Is that true of all conversations you have? Yes. Until, briefly, I don't. But the dark spots never last long. The truth disguises itself to me sometimes, which can be mildly frustrating. But it usually reveals itself quickly, much as if a punchline was delivered. It's a humorous dialogue I have with reality. It is very amusing. Then why do you bother with the conversations? Obligation to predestination, as usual. There is no obligation, it's a pleasure. It is? I've always had a soft spot for young ladies, okay? Got weird real fast. That's a little creepy. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It kinda is. I've looked into the future and determined that we would continue in this manner pointlessly for some time, so I am putting an end to it here. That doesn't make sense. Was that the other joke? Yes. Heh, good one. Thank you. How young are the ladies you typically take a shining to? And does this mean you are attracted to me? Suddenly this conversation is kinda terrible. Of course I am not. Not in the way you mean, you shouldn't be attracted to me in any way. And anyway, you are applying standards of conduct frowned upon for your kind, which makes no sense to apply to me. I am an immortal entity with a large cue ball for a head, and no biological means of reproduction. Really? Does it make this any less awkward? Also, if you were millions of years old, you would find that nearly every lady you encounter is quite young, relatively speaking. There should be no reason for you to feel uncomfortable with this interaction. Try to think of me as one of your kindly human uncle figures. In fact, if I were in your presence now, I would offer you candy to prove it. Oh my god. What? Can't we talk about the scratch instead of this? Yeah, this conversation is really awkward, dude. Yes. I'm glad we got past that. You are situated near the game construct supplied by your session for causing the scratch, yes? Are you actually asking? No, that was a fact and then a question mark. Ah, well, yes I am. It's a large plateau shaped like a record. It's called the Beat Mesa. I know. Is the game construct different in other sessions? Yes. It will always be an edifice of similarly cryptic design, located on a planet that is home to the hero of time. Its environment dictates the nature of its construction. Its power is dangerous and is meant to be utilized only in emergencies such as yours. You mean in sessions where victory is no longer possible? Yes. Due to creating an unstoppable adversary who triggers the reckoning prematurely? Is that sort of emergency common? No, failure is common, but the composition of yours is quite atypical. Okay, then it's like a panic button for the players to push once they realize the cost is lost. Yes, but causing the scratch is not an easy task either. The construct must be destroyed in a very specific way to release its energy. The keeper of my ectobiological father began the process. It must be finished. Who? The guardian of the night of time. The what? Hold up, the keeper of my ectobiological father is Dave's bro? I'm so confused. Dave's bro? Yes, how do I finish it? You don't. Not you personally. Another will. You have something more important to attend to, remember? Oh, right. The green sun. Yes. I plan to take care of that later, once John had retrieved the tumor. Whatever. Your plan will have to change. You aren't ready to cause the scratch yet. Like I said, it's difficult. What will the one who does it have to do? I should let them know. He will have to scratch the surface of the plateau across its full diameter. Well, I think it's like scratched a little bit now because Bro's sword was stabbed into the thing for like a little part of it, but then Jack took it. I see. This terminology can be very literal sometimes. You will require a certain needle to create a breach in the surface that will be adequate. I have needles. Your needles won't suffice. Then where do I get ones that kill? That kill. Again, you won't. This task is out of your hands. The needles must be acquired from the denizen of the Witch of Space. Her quills are very large and potent. They will be able to cause the scratch. This really seems more elaborate than you lead me to believe. I didn't lead you to believe anything. I told you to find the construct and await advisement on the scratch. The plans you were making were based on assumptions and fabrications of your imagination. You were writing more stories, much like those about your false magical men. I wish what I've written in my private journals could be confined to your dark spots. I don't. I find your stories entertaining. You're being creepy again? What is he not being creepy? No, I'm not. Besides, the White King agrees with me. The what? What? For a seer, your vision of events surrounding you is rather limited. It's charming. Just please stop complimenting me. No. Doc Scratch is such a creep right now. Fine, then please at least try to sound more sarcastic when you do it. Oh sure, I am really going to do that. Yes, very likely. Then the scratch will be implemented later, by either John or Dave, I presume. You use a male pronoun. Yes. I guess it makes sense that it would happen later. My understanding is that Jack will not be banished from this session until near the end of the reckoning. Yes, Jack will exit your session later, but this has nothing to do with the scratch. Not directly as you imply. I don't understand. I thought that was the point of the scratch, to open a rift in space-time as it were, then banish him into the Trill's session. No, that is not the purpose of the scratch at all. The scratch does not open a rift in space-time. Then why have you directed me to cause it? Does it have something to do with enabling you to die? No, not directly. The scratch has nothing more to do with my death than any other single event, ultimately contributing to my demise. I think it's disingenuous for you to behave as if I have not been misled. You say you don't lie, but what about lies of omission? Lies of omission do not exist. Yes they do! The concept is a very human one. It is the product of your story writing again. You have written a story about the truth, making emotional demands of it, and in particular, of those in possession of it. Your demands are based on a feeling of entitlement to the facts, which is very childish. You can never know all of the facts, only I can. And since it's impossible for me to reveal all facts to you, it is my discretion alone that decides which facts will be revealed in the finite time we have. If I do not volunteer information you deem critical to your fate, it possibly means that I am a scoundrel, but it does not mean that I am a liar, and it certainly means you did not ask the right questions. One can make either true statements or false statements about reality. All of the statements I make are true. Unless you're joking. Yes. Haha hee hee hoo hoo? Exactly. Then I guess I'll start asking better questions. Good. I will make a seer out of you yet. Will you? Yes. You can start by shoring up the reliability of your sources. You proceeded to question me, believing you understood the purpose of the scratch. You receive your information about it from trolls. I assure you that in most ways, the trolls are as confused about everything as you are. Okay, noted. What exactly does the scratch do then? It resets the game. What does that mean though? Does it reset all the dead players? Huh? Oh, that's it? Yes. Then we all start from the beginning again? When John entered? No. The release of temporal energy will be quite massive. This is a hard reset. It will reboot the conditions in your universe well before you began playing the game. You will have lived different lives after the reset. The different initial conditions will ideally lead to a more favorable scenario in the new session. Unfortunately, you will have no memory of anything that has happened in the session you are now. What doesn't that mean? History will repeat? Seems kinda like a bad idea. I don't know. What will happen to us? Everyone in this session now. You will all cease to exist completely if you remain here during the scratch. You can leave? Okay. This seems familiar. It reminds me of when Dave and I were trapped in the Doom timeline and he left to change the past. The timeline ceased to exist, along with my dream self, who in a way became merged with my dream self of this timeline. I kept some of her memories. Is the situation similar? Similar, but more severe. Since this timeline will undergo such a violent upheaval, such a merger of memory cannot happen. You'll be resigned to absolute oblivion, unless you can discover a way to preserve yourselves. But it's not really my place to advise you on that. After you have dealt with the scratch and the sun, what happens to you is not any of my business. So cold-hearted, Doc Scratch. So we're gonna reset the game, guys, but I don't know what that really means. It means like everything goes back to before this game began, but what's the point if you don't remember anything? Unless like somehow you will yourself to be able to make different choices? I don't know, that's weird. Then can you at least tell me if we will be successful in preserving ourselves after the reset? I don't particularly enjoy spoiling things for people when unnecessary. I find speaking in a discreet color helps avoid this. Is this a discreet color? I don't know about that. So if the scratch isn't specifically meant to banish Jack from the session, and our quest to destroy the sun is meant to kill him, why is the reset necessary at all? Especially if it means oblivion for us. Because you cannot achieve the ultimate reward in this session. Your battlefield is cancerous now, and the reckoning will destroy it prematurely regardless. By resetting, you will create a session which can bear the fruit of a new universe, even if you will not be the ones to claim the reward. Don't you want to fulfill your purpose? I guess, but it's a little disheartening to learn that I'm now faced with not one, but two suicide missions at once. One to destroy Jack's power source and defend all of existence, and another to ensure our cosmic progeny at the price of oblivion. That frames the dual objectives accurately. But if you are inventive, you may find a way to survive the reset and participate in the renewed session. It's up to you. Just as it's up to you to face the decisions to claim immortality before you enter your creation. What dude? You're dropping a lot of truths right now and I don't understand anything. Immortality? Yes. Do you mean ascending to the god tier? Yes. I have reason to believe that I won't. The trolls have not indicated I will die on my quest bed, or that any of us will aside from John. Instead, I've been given a more troubling and ambiguous forecast. What have I said about confirming the reliability of your sources? Are you saying I will? No. Oh, well, will I? It seems you'd like me to do some more fortune-telling. Fine, maybe this question will suit you better. Is it probable? That's a strange question to ask someone who is omniscient and therefore knows outcomes with 100% certainty. I like it. Then what's your answer? You have exactly a 50% chance of ascending to the god tier. That's a strange answer. I know. Why such a precise probability? Because much like the decisions you must face to complete your dual suicide missions, you have two ways of achieving godhood to choose from. Two ways? By dying on a quest bed on my planet and some other way? Yes. Is there another quest bed somewhere? Yes. Good guess, Seer. Where? What difference does it make? You already know where the first one is. You have the choice to go there right now and take your own life. That's true. Of course it is. You mentioned immortality. Godhood makes one immortal? Yes. A god tier will live forever, with no caveats? No. One will live forever, unless killed. The death must be either heroic or just. How are those terms defined? Broadly, mysteriously, and according to the case of the individual. One may be killed by opposing a corrupt adversary and die for a just cause, as through martyrdom. For instance, this would be heroic. Or one may be subject to corruption and slain by a hero. This would be just. Which sort of death will you have when I destroy the sun? Neither. I'm not a god. I'm a guardian, a servant. and a weapon. I have power and knowledge far surpassing a god, but I am not one. Is this when you are gonna tell me why you want to die? Yes. I sense it's not just because you're getting bored with immortality. That's good. Your vision is becoming clearer. Then why? My master can't enter this universe until I am killed. Such is the nature of the break. That almost sounds like martyrdom. Are you sure it won't be a hero's death? Quite sure. My master is a very evil man. Then why are we bringing him here? Who is he? I won't tell you his name, but he goes by the title Lord English. Dun dun dun. This is his coat. This doesn't sound like an especially admirable objective. Releasing an evil man who is presumably more powerful than you, an already omnipotent being? Am I right? You're right about both. It is not admirable, and he is considerably more powerful. But you must decide which objective is more important. You may decide to attempt to destroy the sun and end my life. This will neutralize Jack, who is also much more powerful and dangerous than myself, by virtue of the ring he wears in addition to drawing energy from the same sun as I. He poses a significant threat to reality. But in the process of killing him and you, I release your master, who is just as deadly. He's more deadly, but the danger he poses is sanctioned by paradox space. It is a known quantity. His very existence in the universe will mean it will inevitably be torn apart. But there are rules to his entry, and his grim procession through paradox space is rather orderly. The present equilibrium has accounted for him, and will continue to. Jack, however, is a loose cannon. He will not stop until he destroys everything he encounters. Additionally, his existence is your responsibility. Then I guess I don't have a choice. You do, but also know this. Refusing to venture out to destroy the sun in no way spares anyone from my master regardless. It is certainly true that destroying it will end my life, and it is certainly true that the tumor you will deliver to its location has enough power to destroy it completely. But it is not the only way to kill me. It is simply a way I have suggested to you, which doubles as a way to disarm Jack, should you choose to go through with it. Instances of myself have spawned in countless universes, and my objective is always the same. I have never once failed to complete this objective, and I never will. There is nothing noble about taking a course of action you believe would prevent his arrival, because that is impossible. He will come. In fact, he is already here. Are you saying that I will succeed in the mission to destroy the sun? Are you asking for another palm reading? It goes like ... You seem rather keen on acquiring a fortune from me, considering you are the one with the crystal ball. I'm just trying to ask as many questions as I can. It's the only way to find a dark spot in your obstinacy. I've been very helpful, and I will continue to be. I myself do not care to be an oracle, but I can graciously supply you with one. Can you? An eager consort has brought you one of my seeds. It appears you have amassed followers who wish to please you. How fortuitous. Your seeds? The white orb. Oh, the cue ball. How did I not notice this? It will accurately answer any question a curious girl can pose, provided she can see through the surface to read its reply. Is that possible? Is it, Seer? Given your title and all the tools of your prognostication at your disposal, it seems to me I should be the one asking you the questions. There's a lot of questions, that's for sure. How can I see through it? It seems you weren't listening, so I will state this again in the form of a question. Don't you think I should be asking the questions from now on? Yes, if you wanted to be disingenuous and irritating. Don't you think a clever person should be able to acquire information from someone who only asks questions? Then it's a challenge. I pass. Do you have a choice? What if I'm feeling a bit stubborn? Okay, so what you mean is I should continue humoring your leading questions until you happen to ask certain rhetorical questions that contain information I need? Was that a question? That was a fact, and then a period. How does a seer see? With a crystal ball? I already considered that. I don't think I can get the focus of the ball to zoom in tight enough on the cue ball's enclosure to read the answers. How else does she see? By other magical means, I guess. Should I use magic? Do you believe in magic? Magic is real. I've been using it. Are you sure? Use whatever word you want to describe it. I have magic wands. They are very powerful, and they allow me to be magic. Your questions are silly. What makes you convinced the wands are responsible for your abilities? Because I did not have the abilities before I made them? Could this be circumstantial? Could it? Is there an echo? Is there an echo? Hee hee? I don't know what you're getting at. How about another leading question? What did you combine to make those wands? Some stuff. Knitting needles? An inexpensive figurine of some fictional fellow with long whiskers? A simple textbook on the zoological dubious? Why would this mundane combination of objects grant a child such an alarming mastery over dark forces all at once? I'm guessing this is one of the rhetorical questions meant to be informative. So then my answer should affirm how ridiculous that sounds, shouldn't it? Maybe? That wasn't even a question. Yes, it was? Now you're just saying statements in the form of questions. Okay, magic is fake. The wands are useless toys, and there is something else going on? Next question? Would it be so difficult to believe the power you found to devastate your planet and create shortcuts through your obsession is not entirely by your own device? Would it be so difficult to believe a young lady could be unwittingly apprenticed by more powerful entities who meant her potential to be realized later through some arbitrary trigger? What would you say if I said a dutiful girl raised in the daylight was protected by a bulb-headed guardian and learned to glow in the dark after death? What would you say if I said a vengeful boy on a path of nihilism was taken under the wings of fearsome angels and learned to destroy hope with their light? Okay, that's about Eridan. What would you say if I said a reserved girl enamored by what dwelt in shadow was selected by the horror terrorists for service and did their bidding at every step while convinced of her own autonomy? That's about Jade, right? What would I say to those short fables? Not much, except I gather the third is a story about me. Oh, that's you? Okay. And that there's a lesson you like me to take from it. That I should renounce my allegiance before my grim dark corruption is absolute. And while I'm at it, I should discard these useless wands, because apparently the power was in my little black heart all along. Is that right? Won't you have to give up your specibus to the one who causes the scratch regardless? How else would the young man wield that great big needle? I don't know if you say so. Haven't your friends already shown concern for your recklessness and your increasing sense of detachment from the party, the teen objectives, and not to mention those of your personal quest? Does this worry you? Is there a part of you left that's able to worry? Yes, it could have been mysteriously localized to my middle finger. Could the dark magics be at work again? Do you deny that you have been neglecting the incoming messages from your teammates? Would that be in keeping with the spirit of the human emotion of friendship? For one whose soul was not so befouled by the designs of unknowable monstrosities. Friendship isn't an emotion, numbnuts. Isn't it, Rose? Isn't it? I've been busy, I'll get back to them. And can we please stop doing the patronizing question thing? In exchange, I promised I would discontinue my patronizing responses. Can the omniscient be patronized? The omniscient potent can do whatever they please. I guess I'm just asking you nicely to do me this favor. Very well, I will stop smothering you with surprise noodles. What? Huh? But only because I find you to be adorable. He is kind of creepy to Rose right now. So creepy. So cute. Yuck. I'm going to ask the same question I asked earlier. Please do not regard it as a violation of my pledge. It is just an ordinary question, like those that crop up in an ordinary conversation. Okay? How does a seer see? I don't know. Be literal. With her eyes? Take the orb. Ask it a question. I don't know what to ask anymore. I'm confused. What would you ask me? I would ask, what should I do next? Then ask, what should I do next? Not me. The ball, Dunk asked. How rude. Anyway, guys, we're gonna stop here before we ask the crystal ball, I guess, what we should do next. I am so confused. There's so much like new information just dunked on us. So Aurelia is like kind of going back into her dream bubble thingies to relive the past and like basically do exposition as we learn more about what the hell happened, and it probably what's gonna happen. We're here with Rose probably a little bit before she goes dark, and she's now got this like crystal ball from Doc Scratch, and I guess it will tell her what she needs to know. And she is gonna probably work with John and Dave to like somehow cause a scratch, which would reset the game. But this is like a hard reset, so everything is like back to zero, basically. They will forget everything. I'm assuming this also means the dead people come back to life again, because otherwise that's not a hard reset, you know? So it's like a whole new game entirely again, but it's like, what will they do differently this time in order to change the fate of the game? Because obviously if you do the same thing again, it will be the same outcome. But they don't remember anything. So I guess they will somehow have to like preserve their old self somehow and go back and go to the new game session and like somehow change things. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm very confused. That Scratch is kind of a creep. But in any case, we will leave this episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video.